Microsoft Excel, Blue Box number 11. One of the things that we saw in the last exercise was how we could go about inserting and deleting rows and columns as well as cells. So I foreshadowed what we were going to do in this exercise. Again, we can use insert or delete, and the choices that we have also include the ability for us to insert sheet rows, insert sheet columns. But an easy way to ensure we're getting exactly what we want is to place our insertion point at the where we want the blank row to be. So for example, in this instance, we're going to add a blank row to help with visibility directly underneath the date. So I'm going to add an additional white space here by clicking on the 4, telling us row 4. I'm going to use the 2-finger tap or right click on a mouse and choose insert. Notice to push the entire worksheet contents down, leaving rows 1, 2, and 3 exactly the same. I can come down and do something similar at row 8 so that promised distribution time moves down one row and the contents after that. And we can do something similar by putting 2 rows, 12 and 13. So notice what I've done there. As I click on row 12, I'm going to also drag and select row 13. What I want you to notice is this is called a contiguous selection because I've selected 12 and 13 as if it's one collective region. And when I choose then to insert my row, again, I'm going to 2-finger tap to bring up the menu choices and choose insert. You'll notice that it shifts and inserts 2 blank rows at row 12 and 13, and what was in row 12 and 13 moves down to 14 and 15. If I decided that was actually too much, I can click on row 13 and choose the menu option, 2-finger tap or right click, and then choose delete. Columns work the same way. If I want to insert a single column, then I will 2-finger tap on that letter B and choose insert. That puts a blank column in between column A and it moves what was in column B over to column C, inserts the blank column. You'll notice that I could do a contiguous selection. Notice I'm still holding the touchpad down and dragging and selecting one contiguous group. If I choose to insert columns here, what I'm actually going to get is 4 blank columns. What is highlighted will become blank, and everything in here in the worksheet from column C over will move over the 4 columns. That's actually not what I want in this instance. What I really would like to have is a blank column between what is right now C and D, what is right now D and E, and what is right now E and F. So I want a blank column to the left of what is currently D. I'm going to click on the D for the column heading. Then, while that's selected, I'm going to let go of my touchpad. I'm then going to push down on the Command key and then click on E. And then I'm going to let go of everything, move over to F, hold the Command key down, and press again. Notice the difference in the look of the selection. If I select D, E, and F as one contiguous selection, it looks like one contiguous box. But if I do it D, hold the Command key down, E, hold the Command key down, F, you can tell there's a visual cue to tell you that I have selected these in what's called discontiguous way. And what it's going to do is put one column, since I selected individual columns, one blank column to the left of what is currently D, E, and F, although it's going to have to sort of readjust its thinking in terms of that. So there's one column in front of what was in D. There's one blank column in front of what was in E and one blank column in what was in front of F, so that we've added the blank columns one at a time there. So we can do things contiguously. If I had selected 3 contiguous columns, it would put in 3 blank columns right there and move everything over 3 spaces. But if I select 1 column, hold the Command key, select another column, hold the Command key, and select a 3rd column, then since I've selected 1 column each time, it puts 1 blank column to the left of those contents. And it's sort of doing this all together for the end result that we see here.